नमस्कार प्यारे विद्यार्थियों, मैं हूं अरविंद सिंह पेमावत, हेड ऑफ करियर डेवलपमेंट एंड कॉर्पोरेट रिलेशंस, गीतांजलि ग्रुप, उदयपुर. As you all know that we always come up with a new innovative practices and a new topic. So today we have among us in the same way are one of the most brilliant and talented student from BTech Computer Science 2022 batch, Himanshi Paliwal. So welcome Himanshi.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, she has recently cracked the HSBC Technology India for a profile of trainee software engineer at a package of 9 lakh per annum. And apart from HSBC, she has cracked 3 more processes like Gateway Group of Companies, Synoric, as well as Danet. And she has achieved a milestone, right? So I think the discussions with her, it is going to help you all students in better way, so that you can easily get an idea that how you can crack these kind of top giant organizations. So with this, Himanshi, we just wanted to know, or I think our audience wanted to know what Himanshi is all about, so that they can easily understand that how you have achieved this success and what you have done and how you are different from others.
Okay, sir. So, hi everyone. I am Himanshi Paliwal. Born and brought up in Udaipur, Rajasthan. I've done my schooling from St. Mary's Convent Senior Secondary School, where my score was a bit good, that is 90% in 10th, and in 12th I scored 82%. Talking about my BTech, Gitanjali Institute in Computer Science branch, and I have an aggregate score of 84% till now. Talking about technical skills, so I started developing interest in web development, and I thought of getting in the domain of full stack development. So I started learning that, and from second year I started doing internships too. So I learned PHP, MySQL, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and also Django. So this was my strength in all the interviews I had cracked. Other than that, I had a few hobbies that are dancing, singing, and drawing. That's it from my side.
Great. So you have cracked one of the top giant organizations, and you have cracked HSBC, which is known as a Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank Corporation, and you have cracked for the technical team of them. So it is not a small achievement, right? And the package is also a very liquidity packages. So we just wanted to know, I think the student also wanted to know how a computer science engineer like you or anyone then can crack these kind of opportunities like HSBC, and how you have cracked it.
Okay, so talking about HSBC, so the whole process was divided into 2 parts. So the first was these MCQ based online exams, and the other one was interviews. So we had 2 interviews, that is, one was technical and one was HR. In MCQ based examinations, online examinations, we had 3 rounds. The first round comprised of these MCQs based on aptitude, reasoning, spoken English, and also it comprised of technical skills. So in that, Android and other things also were there. So after that, there was a coding round. So in that coding round, we got 2 questions. We had to code on that. One was for me, one was based on linked list, and the other one was an array. The third round was a values assessment. So in values assessment, the company had to know what our values are and what our personality is. So it showcased that, and based on that, we cleared the third round. After that, I had a technical round. In technical round, they first of all asked me, tell me about yourself, your technical skills, what in which language do you code, what are your key strengths. And after that, they asked me to code, and it was a recursive function based code. So I did that. After that, they started asking me about latest technologies that are cloud computing, machine learning. Do you know something about that? And my answer was, I was not well familiar with that, but for me, I had a basic understanding of how those things work. So I said that. After that, they asked me, what about databases and object-oriented programming? So they said, are you comfortable in working with web development, full stack development, basically? Are you comfortable in working with databases and all that? So that was my whole interview process, and some deep questions about that. Do you know about NoSQL database? So I said, yes, I know about that, and when it is used and all those things.
That's really great, and I think you have covered many aspects related to the many
Yeah.
processes or the sequence of the
Mhm.
process. So,
Yeah.
as a student, or we always feel that, do you feel any kind of questions which is being asked by the interviewer where you were stuck and you feel that if I would not have asked these kind of questions, I have done something more better, or all I have done well, but something was there where I missed up. So these kind of experiences you want to share with the students.
Yeah, so basically, when they asked me about cloud computing and machine learning and all those things, so I wasn't familiar with that at all. Like, I haven't worked in that field, so I just thought that if I would have learned that in my this BTech BTech years, so I would have done that better. I would have given much explanation about what cloud computing is and what machine learning and all those things is.
Okay.
So we should focus on latest technologies and trends which are going on in this field.
Very nice. So normally BTech is the 4 year of program, right? So as a student, and we normally we do first year, second year, third year, final year. So in your opinion, a student like you and any engineering student, what they need to focus on when they starting the BTech, when they are going into first year, second year, and then they going into third year, and then the final year when the campus interviews turn come. So in brief, we just wanted to know what they have to focus more on.
Okay, so I'd start with C programming, the base of everything. So you'll have to focus on that. If you clear C programming concepts, that would be very easy for you to program. And in first year, you should focus on that. Then second year comes with the databases and object-oriented programming. They are very important for cracking any interview. Also data structures. And these are the core subjects, and the whole programming is based on these only. So you should have a clear understanding of how these work. You do not have to cram up everything to just get good scores in exam, but you really have to understand how these are working so that you can go to better technologies when you work with Python and all those things. So you'll have a better understanding of how things are going. So that's what you should focus on. And also I'd say that internships give you an advantage, not directly, but indirectly. I'd say when I started doing internships, I wasn't so good in programming and solving the things. But when I started that, it gave me a practice of programming, and it gave me a clarity of how industry applications are working, how what are the good practices, what are the bad practices, and hence they would literally help you in the interview process.
Okay, that's really great. And normally we have the normal curriculum in the BTech, because every university has almost the same kind of curriculum, whether it is IITs, NITs, or any BTech institution. So what do you feel, on which things the student has to focus more apart from the course curriculum if they want to get these kind of job?
So I'd say apart from course curriculum, you should learn new frameworks that is advanced, that are the advanced versions. I'd say Django, React, in full stack development, I'd say Django, React, Laravel, or Angular, and all these frameworks. And also if I say cloud computing and all those things. So you should learn these technologies too. That would give you an added advantage in your interview rounds. And other than that, you'll have a clarity of in which field you can go, in which domain you are more interested in. So this is a thing. And other than that, you should also focus on communication skills that are very important, since that gives you a confidence of speaking in front of anyone. And in interviews too, when you get where the environment is so tensed, so you get to have that confidence in yourself that you can communicate well.
So in your opinion, the communication and presentation skills also plays a very important role when we are sitting for these kind of top giant organizations.
Yes, sir.
If
It
I'm
plays
not
a
wrong.
major role in that. Yeah. It plays a major role. Yes.
Okay. So if any students are not very good in programming or coding,
Mhm.
they do, if they don't have the deep understanding about the programming and coding, those students
Mhm.
also can get these kind of opportunities and they can crack it.
Yes. So other than programming, we have many other options. You can go for UI designing, or you can go for digital marketing, or you can go for SEO and other things where there are a variety of fields. So it's not really focused on programming only. You can crack different things. You can explore more in other domains. So that can give you a good opportunity, but for placements I'd say programming is important, since each and every company come for a good programmer. So they ask for the rounds are like we have first aptitude and all those things. The second round would be a coding round, so you should have a basic coding knowledge.
Very nice, very nice. Many students are asking me that kind of queries always come up, that we hesitate when we give the interviews. We are not having good communications, right? We are having good technical, but we cannot communicate well. How we can improve it? So, what is your suggestions as a student? No doubt, we always give the suggestion to the student, but I think you are the brand ambassador. So, whatever you will say, it will pinch more to the students. So, your suggestion to any student who has the communication issues, who has some kind of hesitations, who has some kind of fear when they are sitting for the interviews. So how they can crack it? We want 3 to 4 tips from your side, which can help a student to perform better in the interviews.
Okay. So my first tip would sound silly to some people, but it would be talking to yourself. Just talk to yourself confidently in mirror or anywhere, or talk to your friends, colleagues, anyone with confidence. And whatever barrier you have, maybe some people have a barrier of English, so they should try to build it up. It won't happen in just one go. So you'll have to build it up gradually, and after that you'll be if you practice it frequently, you'll be able to make it.
Okay. Anything
Yeah.
more? Anything more you want to say?
Other than that I'd say you shouldn't be language specific, but you have to communicate your ideas in any language you can.
Okay.
So that is the key.
These kind of hackathons or these kind of competitions also help to the students when they are sitting for
Yes,
any kind of interview.
Yes, they do. So in hackathons and all, you have to present your ideas, you have to do presentations, you have to give presentations to your teachers and talk to them, have discussions about that. And that eventually gives you a confidence of speaking, and you'll be able to communicate well when you do all those things.
Okay.
Also, you can participate in activities which college provides, like these debates and all those things. So that would give you an added advantage.
Very nice. So any suggestion or any input to from your side to any students who they are not from computer science engineer, but they want to make their career in the field of programming and coding, what they need to focus more on, so that any electrical electronics as well as the mechanical engineering, if they want to go for a coding field, because many students are going and many students are also cracking it. So what is your opinion and the suggestion to those students?
Okay, so my suggestion would be start with a basic coding, like choose one language. It could be an easy one, that is maybe Python or C or C++. Have your concepts clear. Then start with any coding platform, that may be HackerRank or LeetCode. I used to code on HackerRank and LeetCode both. So you will get basic problems over there. This is basically competitive programming, so you will have a hands-on practice in that, and start with the small codes and easy ones. Then you can solve the complex problems too, and that would become easy for you to get in this field after this.
Okay, with this a last question to you. Give me the idea about your 3 strengths which has helped you to crack these kind of processes. Your strength.
So my strength would be, first, learning ability.
Okay.
Second would be hardworking. And the third one would be communication skills, for sure.
Okay. So if anyone has the learning aptitude and they want to learn something
Yes.
great, they can easily crack these kind of processes. It is not a miracle at all. Anyone
Yes, sir.
has
It's not.
the capabilities and they have the chance to crack these kind of processes. So do your best and give your best always, the way Himanshi has given. And I think today's interaction will help those students who feel that they cannot communicate well, they are not a good programmer, how they can get a good job. So everyone can get a job if they practice well, if they work well. I think any message to all the students from your side, the final message?
I'd say that competition is tough these days, but believe in yourself and keep working. Some miracle would happen.
That's really great. With this, thanks a lot, Himanshi. No doubt
Thank
you are
you,
our
sir.
students, and we are privileged to have such a student like you. And with this, we are very sure that your interaction will going to change the life of many of the students like you. So with this, thanks a lot. Thank you. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much.